Hello and welcome to Toffee Blue Opposition View. This is a time where we are fortunate enough to talk to a supporter of one of the teams that we're going to be facing. And this week, really excited, we get to talk to Alain, who is a Lyon supporter. All right, so he's going to give us some insight about how things are going for them this season and what we can expect from them coming up this Thursday. So, Alain, very nice to meet you. Thanks a lot for coming on.
Hi, Gerry. Nice to meet you too. Hi, everyone.
So a little bit of info on Lyon right now for our audience. They're currently sitting in 6th in the French First Division. They're 4-4-1. They beat Strasbourg, Rennes, Guingamp, and Monaco, and they drew with Bordeaux. Is it Nantes? Nantes? Nantes, okay. They also drew with Dijon and Angers, and they lost to PSG. And in the Europa League, they drew with both Apollon and Atalanta. So
exactly,
that's what's going on with them. So now let's get the information from the real expert. Alain, last season you finished in 4th in the French First Division. And I noticed you only had 4 draws for the entire season. To me, that indicates a team that always plays to win. But this season, you've already matched that total with 4 draws in the league. What's different about this season?
Not so many things, actually. It's pretty much the same thing, pretty much the same story as last season. The thing is that, the main change, the most important thing that has changed compared to last season is the lineup. I mean, the many experienced players have left, like Lacazette to Arsenal. We have Tolisso who went to Bayern. We lost Valbuena who went to Turkey. Many experienced players, kind of players, we talk in the locker room at halftime when you have to explain everything to the younger players. This year, I think the average age this year is 24.
Wow.
More or less 24, so it's quite young. It's much younger than last season. So that's the main difference with the previous season. In terms of how the team plays, it's really pretty much the same thing. There's no real calculation on how the guys play on the pitch. I mean, as you said, they attack a lot. Okay, there's a lot of offensive movements and so on. And when it comes to defending, it's a bit harder. Everyone's supposed, of course, to defend together, but there's a problem. This was the main area for improvement for the coach. I mean, during the pre-season, he explained to everyone that this season we had to be more efficient defensively. And if you've seen the statistics, it's not really the case. Many goals are scored against us, unfortunately, still. And so we try to compensate this with scoring more goals than the opponents. That's the basis of football. To be honest, what it's going to be like on Thursday, I'd be happy to tell you, but I absolutely no idea how the guys are going to play. Okay, they can be just brilliant and offensively as they can be. And I don't know if you've seen the Monaco game last weekend, but It was really, we had some really nice movements offensively. But the problem remains the defensive aspect of things. Really, we're just not good at this. We're just not good. The thing is that it's not really, and that's the problem we have with the current coach, Bruno Genesio. There's no real strategy, as a team. Okay, you have every player playing for himself. So it kind of works sometimes, but most of the time we have kind of a hard time defensively. It's not working. Everyone's not working as a team.
You have already given me a bit about Lyon's style of play. Because I've only watched them a few times, but I know there may be some people who also haven't seen them as much as probably they should have. So probably, as you said, very attacking minded, but possibly a little. Is it a lack of organization on defense? Do you feel like is the problem, or do you feel like it's the fact that maybe players don't necessarily know their roles, or is it not having the right pieces?
It's a I would say it's a bit of everything. It's obviously a lack of organization. I think the guys know their role, to be honest. I mean, and the professional players, they're supposed to know what they have to do on the pitch. The thing is, I'm not sure that the coach gives the right instructions during the game, and even before and after the game. We really have. This guy is a nice guy, but he's probably not the guy, the right guy at the right place, if you see what I mean.
I do.
He is not so experienced as a coach. It's his first experience as a coach in Ligue 1 is Lyon. I mean, he had no previous experience before. So we have doubts on how the team is really handled during the games and, of course, during trainings and so on. Like I would say, working together. The team don't really work together as a team, and it can work offensively, but this type of things defensively, it's a problem. It's a problem when you don't work as a team. You have to pay the consequences for that. So yeah, we'll probably see goals on next Thursday, I guess.
That would be kind of new for us. We haven't seen a lot of goals this season, so at least on our end, So that's the thing you're describing. This, it sounds like at the very least you see exciting games, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. That's true.
Because with us, it's a lot like watching paint dry at times.
The games are exciting, but at the same time they are very frustrating. Because as you recalled, we had many draws this season. Games we were leading by 2 goals, and we drew. And of course, we shouldn't have. So it's very frustrating for us, I suppose, and for the players too, I guess.
You did lose a hugely impactful player in Lacazette. Do you think at this point, with your attacking style, do you think you've sufficiently replaced his goals, or do you think it'll take it a while for that key goal scorer to surface? Because I know you've got some players that are scoring.
Marcelo Diaz, who replaced him, is from the Real Madrid Academy last year. Mariano. Mario is doing good so far. I mean, I think he's scored 7 goals in 9 games, 9 league games so far. So it's quite good statistics, I think. Mm-hmm. So he's doing good. Fekir is definitely our most important player. I mean, he's the playmaker. The whole vision of the team is just around. It's built around him. It's built on him. He can make a difference by himself. I mean, if you see that the game is not going how it should, just exactly as he did last weekend, he scored the last goal in the last minute of the game. And if there was no Fekir, there would be no victory. The Lyon staff they decided we didn't need other players to replace Lacazette because they trusted the staff and Florian Maurice, who is the guy responsible for recruiting players, the recruitment department at the club. So we trust him. He has good picks usually. So, and we have also many players from the academy. Who are probably gonna play. I don't know if, for example, I don't know if you've seen that, but Mariano, he won't be playing on Thursday.
I did not see that.
Yeah, no. Mariano is injured apparently, so he won't be playing on Thursday. So we just don't know what's gonna happen exactly. Is Genesio going to start with Maolida, who is a young player? I think he's 20 years old. He's played a few games before, but we don't have the same. Well, it's not the same story. Maolida is still a young player. He's very talented, but I mean, it's Europa League, European game. I don't know. It could be another. He could also choose to play with Traoré, former Ajax player, Bertrand Traoré.
Right, yeah.
He's very good, very, very good with his left foot, but I don't know. He's supposed to be able to play as a striker, as a forward. I don't know. We have to see that.
I get the impression from you when you talk about this team that there's a lot of kind of interchangeable pieces. I think about a player like Traore who you said, is supposed to be able to play as a striker, but I mean, he also kind of plays. He can also play some other places as well. I feel like somebody like Memphis who has some flexibility as well. Is that the way it seems? The way it's more interchangeable pieces rather than having attacking players that have specific roles?
Yeah, more or less. But the thing is, as I was saying, we don't have so many choices forward. We knew from the very start that Mariano being injured, someday we have to replace him with a kind of second-hand solution, if you see what I mean. I mean, Memphis is supposed to play on the left wing anyway. He's been quite disappointing so far, to be honest, this season. He was kind of disappointed last season too, but funnily his stats were still good. He could score goals and he had some assists, so he was doing good. But when you see him on the pitch, you realize that it could be better. I mean, he's too selfish. He plays for himself. If you've seen him, I don't know how it was when he was playing for Man United. I guess it was pretty much the same thing. But he plays for himself. The idea of playing as a team, I believe, has not reached his brain still. I don't know if it's ever going to happen, because he is very skilled. So the thing is that Memphis was replaced by a young player from the Lyon Academy, who is called Oussem Aouar, and he's just very good. I mean, I've seen the last games, and he's very, very talented. He pushed Memphis to the bench, and there was, no question about it. He was very good against Monaco the last weekend. So yeah, you guys should keep an eye on.
Okay, that's good to know.
He's very good. He's very good.
Yeah, you've mentioned a few players that seem like they're gonna probably have an impact.
Yeah.
And that's one right there you just mentioned, and you mentioned Fekir as well. Mm-hmm. Who else do you think are going to be your main impact players on Thursday?
Fekir, obviously.
Right.
Another great player I'm really happy that we have him with us is a newcomer. He's called Ndombele.
Oh yeah.
He was a player for Amiens the last season, a smaller team from the French league.
Okay.
I think they were promoted this year to Ligue 1. But he was transferred to Lyon, and he's just brilliant. I mean, he's very good. He has impact. It's kind of an impact player. He's a midfielder. Mm-hmm. He plays with Toussaint in the midfield. He's more a defensive midfielder, but he tends to go forward very fast. He's very fast. There's no hesitation with him. I mean, his passes are always forward. There's no passes backwards or even on the same line. You always want to go forward. We have Tete, who was another player from Ajax, who is very good. He's more defensive than Raphael, who was the former Man United player.
I usually ask opposing supporters this because I'm just curious. What is the opinion that most Lyon fans have of Everton? Like, what do you think about? What do you know about our club, and what's your opinion about that? Like, when you think Everton, what comes to mind?
Rooney.
That's a good answer.
First of all, to be perfectly honest, personally, I don't know so much. I'm shameful, but I should confess I don't know so much about Everton. We know that it's of course the other Liverpool team. That there's a big rivalry between you guys.
That's pretty big.
The kind of rivalry we have here in Lyon with Saint-Etienne, you may have heard of.
I've heard a little bit about that. Yeah.
There's a huge rivalry here. So I guess it's pretty much the same thing for Everton and Liverpool. About the team itself and the players inside the team, I know that you have players that were players in the Liga from Liga before. Gay.
That's right.
Gay was a Lille player. I don't know if he'll be playing this Thursday, but
that's hard to say. Koeman is really difficult to predict in who he's in what formation. Yeah, it's actually a little maddening for supporters. But I mean, he's a strong player. Gay is we're really happy to have. We feel like we got a serious bargain when we paid what we paid for him. Love that guy. He's everywhere when he's on the pitch.
Yeah, he's good. He was good in Lille already, if I remember well. We also know, Miralas. I was mentioning Saint-Etienne. I think he played for Saint-Etienne before a few years ago. Miralas. To be honest, I don't know the other guys. Of course, I know Sigurdsson,
right?
The Icelander. I mean, they had such a great competition a few years ago, 2 years ago. So that's pretty much everything.
We're in a situation, I think, as you are, where we have some frustrations with the manager, and we're kind of waiting for that chemistry to click. You know?
Okay. There's been no chemistry so far.
None for us.
No. Okay. Well, I should not, but I'm kind of happy to hear that.
You're playing us at a good time.
We can swap the coaches if you want. If you want to try Genesio, frankly we won't. You won't be missed. We have to.
Honestly, I'm not. I would entertain that possibility. I'm just going to say.
I remember Koeman as a player. He was a great player.
Right.
I don't know as a coach, but I remember that. I don't know if it was already the Champions League. I think it was just before in '92 when he scored that goal with Barcelona. It was awesome. It was against Sampdoria. I still remember it. I still have the newspaper from that day.
That is that's awesome. That is so awesome.
Yeah, his free kick was huge. It was huge that day.
Yeah, I'm really curious to, after talking to you, to kind of see this actually play out. This has been this has been enlightening, because you've been giving me a lot of information that really I couldn't have known unless I went back and watched pretty much all of Lyon's games last year and this year.
It could have been better last season. It could be better this season. To be honest, as Lyon fans, we are a bit tired of always thinking that it could be better,
right.
That we have player and the resources, and we have a fantastic stadium. We have a great academy. We have the president is good. He's done amazing things for the club. But from the sport aspect, it could definitely be better. So that's where we're at. We hope we win. I'm sorry. We hope we win on Thursday, and so we can really look forward and hope that we qualify for the next round. But so far not so good, I would say.
Right. And you don't have to apologize for wanting your team to win, Alain. I would think it was weird if you didn't. That's when I'd get worried, and I'd be wondering why. He's a Lyon supporter, right? What's this and that? So that makes.
Yeah.
I totally get that.
Yeah, have to be realistic at the same time.
Right. Yeah, we're thinking the same thing. I think the majority of Everton supporters right now are actually predicting a loss on Thursday.
Oh yeah.
That's kind of the mood around supporters right now. So yeah, that should give you an idea.
We won. The fact that we won against Monaco this weekend could be a good point for us in terms of confidence.
Yeah, momentum.
Because it's so important for players. If we had drawn again, we could have drawn against Everton. But now that we've won, maybe the players will realize that they can do better than just what they've done so far.
Right.
I don't know. Yeah, the logic would be that we win on Thursday, but it's football, and logic and football, two different stories.
That's very true. So Alain, that's all the questions I have for you. You have been thorough and entertaining and educational, and sincerely appreciate you being here.
I was very happy to answer your questions. So, have a nice trip for you guys, whoever is traveling to Lyon. Enjoy the place. It's a great place to visit and so on. Enjoy the game. hopefully we'll see a nice game, whatever the result.
That's
Okay,
right.
Melville's win. And, well, that's it for me, I guess.
Right on. So thanks a lot, and hopefully I get to talk to you again someday.
Okay, thank you, Gerry.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.